Well, it's Friday. This is our last video this week about listening. And today I'm going to encourage you to do something that is really going to be uplifting for you. And that is to listen to nature. I love to walk. I love to just go outside and walk. Now, I live in New York City, so a lot of the times when I'm walking, what I hear is the beastly cars and the trucks and the horns and all of that. But there are parts of New York City where we can walk and it's totally quiet and it's really very beautiful. For those of you who live in areas that are more rural, you have much more of an opportunity to listen to nature, but you can still listen to nature. Sometimes you have to get up really early or be out a little later, but it's amazing. How I got tuned into this was probably about 6 or 8 years ago when I worked with someone who made the decision that they were going to get up every morning at 5 in the morning. And they would get up at 5 in the morning and they would just sit and they would listen and they would read and they would pray. And what started to happen is that there was one particular bird that this friend of mine heard every morning. And one morning, after many, many mornings of doing this, she got up and she didn't hear the bird. And she became concerned. She didn't know whether that bird had been caught by another animal and eaten, or whether it may be, birds don't get hit by cars often, but they do from time to time. And she was like seriously worried about this bird. I think the bird did come back eventually, but I thought it was just so interesting that she was so tuned to nature around her and all of the chirping birds. And we live in Queens, New York, and I always tell people the birds in Queens are the loudest. They make so much noise. How she could distinguish one bird sound is well beyond me, but that's what happened. And one of the things that I've come to notice is that when I walk, I love to listen to nature. I love to listen to the sounds of the squirrels. Thank goodness I've never seen a raccoon up close, but I hear they make a very piercing sound. Some animals make different kinds of sounds if you're on a farm or in that kind of environment. And sometimes just the silence. The silence is so beautiful. It blankets us and it almost like wraps us, like I'm wrapped up in this shawl right now. The silence of nature is just as beautiful as this shawl. And so I would ask you to listen to nature, because when you listen to nature, that sense of peace will also cover you. As you're listening to the quiet around you, you will just be gathered into peace. And when you're gathered into that peace, you can let your mind rest. You can let go of the things that stress you. You can open your mind so that you can make new decisions and see things from different perspectives. So I encourage you to listen to nature so that you can listen to your own heart and listen for solutions to things that you've been battling for a while. Now, I wish you a great rest of the day and a phenomenal weekend. And again, I thank you so much for listening this week. And I invite you to please like, heart, and if you're on YouTube, please do subscribe to this channel. And if you're not on YouTube, please go over to YouTube, check out my channel, and subscribe. Thanks again. Be blessed and have a wonderful weekend.